Hi guys, we are the Next Family, and today we're doing our parenting series where we give it to you straight.
Well, not totally straight.
All right.
Every time we get you. We get you every time.
We're going to talk to you about, somebody said, when did you know that she was the one? And she applies in both spaces.
She.
So that's what we're going to talk about. When did you know? How did you know? It's not when did you know, it's how did you know. Well, I'll just say flat out, I didn't know in the beginning. As a matter of fact, I thought she was going to be like...
This is it. I'm out.
I'll be doing the video by myself today. I guess she's not the one. It's really what, no, I didn't know, like, when we first met, I thought she was going to be a really awesome fling, actually.
Brandy thought it was a one-night stand, and I guess I'm not leaving. Really?
Yeah, I didn't think she was a one-night stand. I thought she was going to be like a month of fun, to be really honest. And I was not looking for a long-term relationship.
Honest.
Yeah, but it wasn't, honestly, I liked everything about her. I actually thought you were a player. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm down with that. Let's play. Let's, like, you know. Yeah. But that wasn't true. And we were also total opposites. I think we've talked about this before.
And we still completely and totally are.
Yeah. And actually, and this is one thing that a lot of people ask us, just friends of ours, they're like, are you supposed to find someone that's just like you? And I say no. I say no.
Because you ultimately end up getting annoyed with yourself. I did know that, you know, in our oppositeness, we tried to break up a bunch of times because we get into big arguments. And then we always found our way back to each other.
Yeah, there was a passion between us that was undeniable. There were a few moments where I really knew she was the one. She calls me on the 5 freeway and she's like, I just can't do this anymore, I'm just done, we just have to be done with this and blah, blah, blah. And she goes like, she probably talked for like 15 minutes straight, which if you've watched our videos is rare when the two of us are talking that she gets 15 minutes
yeah, how did I get the whole 15?
And I just listened to her.
I've never gotten 15 ever since.
I just really like patiently listened to her and I just took it in, and as she was talking to me I was like, you know what, I want her to be happy. Like, I really care about her and I really love her and I want her to be happy, and if I'm making her unhappy, then I don't want this, and I don't want this for her. And so at the end of her whole monologue, I said
exactly what she just said. She goes, I love you, and I love you so much that if I'm the thing that's not making you happy, I can let you go. And then I was like, oh, you're awesome. What an awesome thing to say. I think I hung up and then realized.
Yeah, like you came back to the apartment next door, and then she was like, wait a minute. But in that moment for me, it was about like that whole, like, if you love someone, set them free, and it really truly was about that. It wasn't like, and I was feeling panicked inside, like, oh my God, this is going to be like a true heartbreak for me. But I don't know, I just loved her enough that I was like, okay.
I feel like the very first time Brandy and I like even touched hands at a bar and sort of accidentally touched hands, there was like an electricity that I don't think I've ever felt. Yeah,
it was like a shot through your body type of feeling. God, yeah, but I don't think I knew at that point.
I mean, I guess I didn't realize that this was. Yeah. But I kind of, you know what? I was actually realizing when I was thinking about this question that I had been dating. Actually, was kind of dating a couple people at the time. Maybe I was a little bit of a player. And it occurred to me to stop. Like, I'm not gonna like make out with anybody. Because right when I was like, right when we had touched hands, I was like, I've got to like freeze. We're both dating people when we met. Rather than having like a scandalous cheat, we didn't do that. We both actually on the same day, without talking to each other about it, broke up with our other people. And then we saw each other that night, and somehow it came out that we both had girlfriends and we both broke up with them. That same day?
That same day.
Yeah, that was really weird, actually.
That was really crazy. That's when I knew there was definitely like something. Yeah. But another, like, I think really like turning point for me, I remember one day she left to go do something and I had this feeling of like, what if something happens to her? Like, what if she gets in an accident, or what if she goes away? That feeling of like, oh, you know, it's like when you love something so much and then it's like you miss them so hard. And definitely, I felt that way. Yeah.
You know, obviously there was like this really, really, really strong attraction, and then beyond that, like, Brandy was also really light and funny, and I think like her lightness and her like not like funny like hey like goofy like I am, but just funny like just smart and sort of cutting in a great way, and even the fact that she was opposite of me, I could just tell like, God, this is like the other thing that I need, and I don't know.
It's Love Month. It's out there, you guys. Love is coming your way.
Right. But I didn't have any like real expectation, like this is how this relationship needs to go. And I think that's important too, just to keep an open mind and be like, well, I'm just going to play this out and see what happens.
You never really know, you know what I mean? And I think you definitely, for me, I definitely knew when I was done. Not with you, but like with others. I definitely knew. I was like, I'm done. Like, this isn't, I'm done. And with her, every time, like she said, every time we tried to call it quits, it was like, but, you know? And the same is true even for marriage. It's like, we've had some rough points, really rough points, where we've talked about this, where we went to therapy, and where like at one point we really thought we were going to call it quits. And I, again, was like, but I will totally be cheating with you in like a year. It's like, I was like, I don't know what it is. And so
I had this thought that I was like, okay, you know, yeah, during that same time, I was like, okay, I'm going to end this. And then I thought, okay, let me imagine, who could I be with? Who would I want to be with? Like, what would that person be? And then I was like, you know what, my pick is Brandy. So.
Oh my God, we have to end there. Please tell us your story of how you know that your significant other is the one.
Yeah.
Or do you? Tell us more. You were gonna kiss me. All right, bye. I think I fall in love with Susan more and more every time I do these videos. Thanks you guys for watching and subscribing. We love hearing from you. We'll see you tomorrow.